There are tons of posts, videos, and threads about learning how to code, but most of them start at the finish line. We only get to see the polished projects, the internships, the job offers, but not the struggle, not the confusion of figuring out what to learn next when every tutorial points you in a different direction, or the countless times you feel lost, overwhelmed, and maybe you're the only one who doesn't get it. For me, programming is a journey, an important part of my life that I want to document and track over time. Not just the end products, but the path I've been walking on to hopefully get there. So in this video, I'm gonna share part of that journey with you. If you did start wanting to learn to code because of Roblox, I don't even know if I can call you a real programmer. We always had such crazy ideas. Me and my friends would always talk about making Roblox games, you know. That's definitely where it all started for me. All those days, Roblox studios. Till this day, I still remember Alvin Blocks. OG coding YouTuber right there. In grade 7, we had the choice to choose between a couple of options. I was like, comp sci is the one. That was when I first started finally picking up if statements, while loops, just the basic stuff. But as time went on, like most of us, I just left it at that. The if statements and while loops were enough for me to think, oh yeah, I've got this down. I did not have it down at all. I did not know shit. It turned into this weird cycle. I'd forget everything, start watching some 12-hour tutorial, get to a part where they introduce something new, stop watching it, and then not practice any of it. And then guess what? I'd forget it. Wow, what a surprise. But then guess what I'd do right after that? I would start another tutorial and do the exact same thing. Honestly, around that time, I liked programming, but I think it was just so I could say, yeah, I kind of know how to code, you know, type of thing. I really didn't. Then in high school, I took comp sci again, and I had hands down one of the greatest teachers of all time. Till this day, I will glaze his teaching style. So here's what he'll do. He'll start off by giving us a general intro to the topic, walk us through a coding problem using what we learned before to solve the issue. Then, this is the part I love the most. He'll just send us away to figure the rest out on our own. So we kind of had to do our own research and experiments and figure out things by ourselves. Of course, if you were really stuck, he'll help you out, but the whole point was almost to learn how to solve the problems by yourself. He gave us the tools, but left the understanding and implementation to us. This class also did something really important for me. It took my ego out of programming. For some reason, I always thought I was good at coding. That idea, gone real quick. And it was all thanks to my boy Azan. Tell me why? This guy had never touched code once before in his life, and somehow he got better than me so fast. At first I was the one helping him and stuff, then before I knew it, the roles were flipped. He was completely carrying me on his back. Nah, and the wildest part, this isn't even his main thing. He's how you're trying to become a doctor or something, but he's just breezing through it like it's nothing. Like, what? That's when it hit me like, you are definitely not some kind of programming genius, bro. You need to lock the fuck in. But all in all, that year was honestly one of the best in terms of how much fun I had with coding. Even though me and bro were always goofing around in class, we somehow managed to finish the course way ahead of schedule. So for our final project, we decided to do something kind of special. This is what we ended up making. A little fighter game that took a lot of inspiration from Pokemon. Now when I look back at the code, I'm not gonna lie, it's rough. Thousands of lines of just straight up repeating code. Yeah, we did not have much knowledge about programming back then. We just wrapped it together using whatever we knew, and that's what made it really fun. But we were so proud of it. We showed it to literally everybody that came by. And honestly, I think that was the moment where that passion for programming really started to come back for me. During the summer that year, I think how much I was liking programming kind of showed, because eventually my dad did decide to get me a workshop. It was with the place called Lighthouse Labs. That thing was expensive, but to be fair, the workshop was solid. We went through the full stack thing with signups, databases, all the things you actually need to build like a full app. The only problem was, I don't think it was the right time for me to do that stuff yet, because we ended up starting with HTML. I was like, what is this useless stuff we're learning? Like, back then I really didn't understand the importance of what we were learning. But looking back now, if I really locked in the exact stuff I'm struggling to learn right now, I could have known how many years back. Fast forward to now, things are going way better. What actually made me start locking in a bit more was watching one of Frying Pan's old videos, and he was listing all this stuff you need to know for a comp sci internship. What is he even talking about? Like, he's listing off things I've never heard in my life. And this is only after bro's first year of comp sci. I'm like, man, I'm cooked. So for me, one of the biggest struggles with trying to learn comp sci on your own is just connecting everything together. You go all these random tutorials, videos, Reddit posts. No one really shows you how to stitch them together into something that actually makes sense. So eventually I just decided, bro, fuck it, bro. I'm just gonna stop stressing about learning everything and just start building stuff. Like, no joke, half the time I didn't even know the thing fully before I just started doing it. I was just like, okay, I'll just do it. And if it didn't work, I'll try it out, it'll break, I'll fix it. Somehow by the end, I'd understand these concepts way better than I had when I was just watching like 12-hour tutorials and stuff like that, you know? I wanted to learn how to make GUI using Python, so I picked up Sequencer and made a finance tracker. It'd be kind of cool if this actually could save data so I could really use it for myself. So that led me to learn a bit about databases, and I picked up a little bit of SQLite. Later on, I was trying to relearn some OOP in Java, and I figured, why not just use the same approach as last time? So I made a card game using inheritance and all the other OOP concepts. No tutorial, no nothing, just straight trial and error. And I was like, okay, damn, I got the concepts down. Like this is working for some reason. Like this is actually working. In my mind, the holy grail of programming has always been JavaScript. It always felt kind of out of reach, something I'd only touch when I was cracked at coding. One day, I won't lie, I was bored. I was like, yo, I'm kind of getting bored of Java right now. Like, I already know other languages. How different can JavaScript be from Java? So I decided, let's just take a crack at it. At the time, I was really trying to improve my typing speed and playing lots of typing games. So I decided, why not make one for myself? I threw together some HTML and CSS, then just figured things out step by step. I need to check when the user presses a key. How do I do that? Now I want the letter to change color when it's right or wrong. What's the best way? Each step pushed me to research and learn something new about the language. And before I knew it, I had a pretty decent understanding of JavaScript. No tutorial, just straight figuring shit out. That project honestly brought back the feeling I had all those years ago when I was working with my boy on the game. Slowly figuring things out, getting things to work, then starting over with all the new things I learned. It was so fun. Being able to take something in your head and bring it to life, that's where the magic's at. And I really remember that's the reason I got into programming in the first place, to create things. I think I kind of lost that as time went on. And honestly, that's when things started to click. Like, instead of trying to follow some perfect roadmap, I was learning by actually doing the stuff. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm still learning, still messing up, still figuring things out. This whole journey hasn't been linear. It's had its ups and downs, random detours, long pauses. But looking back, all of it mattered. I know I'm still way at the beginning, still far from where, I want to be, but I'm documenting this not because I've made it, but because I haven't. So if you're somewhere in the middle of your own journey or just getting started, maybe this can remind you that it's okay not to have it all figured out. Just remember, keep building, keep learning, and most importantly, keep going. Keep pursuing the true Tao.